Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where I am still sick and I'm going to annoy everyone for a little bit while I kind of ramble. Because I've been awake for about 10 minutes. You set a wake-up call with the front desk and then they forget to call you. It's very frustrating. But anyhow, I am excited to be doing this. This is the first members giveaway for the fact that I've got members to my channel. We've got Bear, we've got Mr. Baker, we've got From the Hildt, we've got Mundo, we've got Malachi, we've got Silent Mouse. I probably missed someone else. If I did, I do apologize. But everybody, I am glad that you are here. Before we get started, I'm just going to say it bluntly. If you are someone who does not like the people that I co-host with, whether it be the Four Color Cafe or if I go on the Rando RPG stream over at Legion of Myth or anything like that, if you don't like those people, just leave the channel. I don't care. I have a good friend, somebody that I care about a lot, who is making changes that I don't like because of harassment that he's been receiving. I'll keep going, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Is really the only way to do it. Like we'll have some fun today. I will stop being such a downer, especially right at the beginning. But yeah, and Chris says they can just change the channel, and that's fair. But literally, I mean, like, unsubscribe, leave. I don't care. I really don't. Somebody that has been so kind and so gracious to me. A little bit of a temper sometimes. A little bit. But not that I don't necessarily bring that out in people sometimes as well. Regardless, he doesn't deserve it. I don't want it. So yeah, I've become friends with these people. If you can't be nice, I don't want you around here. So that's all there is to it. All right, there. I've ranted. I'm going to take more pills, decongestant this time. As you can tell, I'm still sick. Seriously, getting back into the swing of all of this since Christmas has just been a chore. Bear? After I give you a hug when we first meet in person for the first time, I'm also going to slap you. Just so you know. Anyways, I'm going to take some decongestant. I already took some ibuprofen, so I've got to eat something. So I've got some Thin Mints from the little teeny tiny Girl Scout that came by the door yesterday. It's true. Cody is a vicious taskmaster. Morning, Michael Chad. Mr. Baker, I think that is a valid request. I am all for that. Catching flies, huh? Oh. Anyhow. Okay. So I do want to talk a little bit about what we are doing. Hey, Michael Chad joined the channel. Thank you, sir. I'm even gonna highlight that. Michael Chad became a YouTube member. Basically, basically I decided, hold on, I need to eat this, otherwise the ibuprofen's gonna just sit wrong. And that's why I turned the music on the background, so at least when I have to sit quiet for a second, it's not too awkward. So I've always said part of my goals with the channel is I do want it to fund and support itself. So, yes, whether it's memberships or super chats and whatnot. Not that I ask for it, or require it, but if they come in, I'm grateful. And I couldn't think of a real reason to do memberships on the channel, because I don't think I have a whole lot to offer. I don't have behind the scenes, or get the video 3 days early. You're lucky if I get the video 3 hours early. So I came up with just the tip jar. If you like the channel, if you like what we're doing, $2 a month, I'll be very, very grateful. But I also wanted a way that I could give something back. And so then this started, and I decided, if we got 10 members, then I'm going to give away a miniature every month, which that's also, I have to do that for the upcoming month. I am a disaster, folks. Yes, we get to do one in February because we had a very generous benefactor last month, or a couple weeks ago. So anyhow, Christopher Hildt, From the Hildt, on YouTube. He talks G.I. Joe, does some role playing. I don't watch his stuff as often as I should, but he's super, super nice guy. Very generous to our channel, to all of us, in these circles. Also met him through Bear. Another reason I'm kind of pissed off about the whole situation. Not that I met Chris, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. Chris sent $2. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be a message there, but anyways, but thank you. Anyhow, so Chris won the drawing for the first miniature. I did literally just decide. Well, yeah, I'm still thinking about something. I'm debating making a rule that you can't win 2 months in a row, but I don't want to do that either. I like to keep it fair. I want to keep it moving around, but anyways. So, oh my gosh, you can tell that I am just out of my brain right now. Okay, I think I'm in a spot. So, let's do this. Let's switch over to the camera. So, I actually, real quick, in the image, basically, I asked Chris what he wanted, and he asked for his D&D character, and he sent me this there we go, right there. That obviously it's an AI image, but that's fine. It looks good. And that is Deehawn Bridges, or Synbadd, which I am going to tease you a little bit, Chris, because holy, teenage D&D character. That's the only way I can describe it. It's Synbadd, but with an I and 2 D's. Anyways. it just made me laugh when I saw that. And yeah, but it's fine. Anyways, I just have to laugh a little bit. Anyways, but he has 2 swords. He's got a long sword and a short sword. He's obviously got the plate armor, and so I had to dig. I had to find the miniature, but I found a 3D model. I was able to print it, and so let's take a look at the miniature, which is here on the table. Oh, real quick, this is how out of it I've been. Good morning, Stephen Cross. I've got these. It's the Chainsaw Glitter Boy and Pilot and the Inferno Trooper or something from the Coalition. Regardless, I got those in a Palladium surprise box, and it showed up last week, and then I got sick, and I haven't even been able to record just an unboxing and an assembly review video. Okay, this is going to be interesting because it does not hold very well in the holder. Anyways, here's the miniature that we found. Let's try to focus it. Man, you cannot see like any of the details. So the rough thing is it was an elf, and he had these like sideburns. This is really the only way to put it. Like, kind of imagine that this miniature was like Orlando Bloom Legolas, but with a sword instead of a bow. So you had like these like little locks of hair coming down in front of the ears. The ears were all pointed. So I did go through. I kind of clipped down the ears because I'm not a 3D modeler, but I clipped down the ears. Kind of shaved them off, or tried to round them a little bit. Clipped off the hair in front of the ears. Because he needed to have long hair. He needed to have the cloak. He needed to have the plate mail. So we got it more or less accurate. But man, was it a pain trying to find something with 2 swords. But Chris was happy with the miniature, and so we are going to go with it. So as for the resin, I used Elegoo ABS like. So it's supposed to be like your model plastic. It's actually good. It's what I've used for all of my 3D prints so far. Like I printed I was printing all sorts of stuff before Christmas. It's like, ooh, let's just print this. Let's just print this. And I've been such a slacker. Anyways, actually that reminds me, I need to pull up the picture. Where is Logan? There we go. Actually, I suppose real quick I can show that. Let's bring up a big picture. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're looking at. The model comes pretty close to it. So, but there's my reference photo. Let's move the stream window over. Man, I am so out of it, folks. I am so sorry about this. Ah. Come on, folks. You know, like a seasoned professional. Michael Chad, thank you so much. Sending a high five. I appreciate it. All right, you know what? Enough rambling. Let's get on with this. All right. So one thing I do want to point out, this is actually essentially going to be a test miniature. Because so right here, there's supposed to be a short sword, which I couldn't really find a short sword, but he's got like a kukri, kind of like, yeah, a little curved dagger bit. And I literally went to pick it up to like touch and test the primer, make sure it was ready to go. And I snapped the knife off. So I tried gluing it back on, and then somehow I launched it across whatever, and so it's gone now. So I printed out a new one, but I have to clean it and dry it. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to print it, or I'm going to paint it up so I can figure out what I like, make sure that Chris likes it, because he is in chat. You know, Chris, if you don't want something, I want you to tell me. Anyways, so, and then I'm going to paint it again the same way, so that way it has the knife in there properly. But oh my gosh, I was no, Chris, you wanted 2 weapons. I've got it. I printed off them. And actually, did the print even? Yes, the print was, well, I believe the print was successful. At least it looks like it was successful. At least it looks like it was successful through the cover on the the machine. So anyhow, let's start. All right, so with the model, like he's got these plates coming down the leg. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to paint the pants. I've just got Reaper oiled leather. We're going to start with that. Look at this. I'm putting paint on a brush to the model. Anyhow, so I'm taking my color cues. Bear is a new member. Well, thank you, Bear. Grumble, 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 grumble. It only took what, 2 hours? No, it's 20 minutes. Look. I'll be painting for about a couple hours, which is typically what it takes me to finish a 28 millimeter figure. We'll get you all some close-up shots. Get Chris's approval. Like I said, I'll redo it. But I am using the AI image as a reference, so we'll have some nice shiny armor, and the blue cloak. Trying to. This is interesting. It's got pants, but then he's buckled on like these shin guards. I actually do really like this model. It's a nice little. Hey, Curtis, thank you. Appreciate that, sir. He says he loves watching me work. I don't know why anyone loves watching me work. Sorry, I am sick, I'm still coming off of this cold or whatever it is. And I also just woke up, so accepting compliments is difficult. But I appreciate it. As for the file, I got it from My Mini Factory. I think it was like $6. It was like so one thing that I really like about Reaper miniatures is if you're looking for a particular like style of miniature, for the resin and paint fun. Malachi, you've got a great point. Give me just a second. So, so Reaper, like, you can go to their website. Yes, I have been all the way to London. You can go to the Reaper website and like, you know, I would like a human. I would like him in full armor. I would like him with an axe. And like, it'll just start, you know, like filtering down the miniatures that you want. No, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna let the pants dry real quick. If you go to My Mini Factory, like, you can go to fantasy gaming miniatures, but then it's like you literally have to look at every single thing that they offer. There's no other way. There's no other way to find, like, you can do a search, but unless the keywords are in there, so like, you know, armored knight with 2 swords, you know, it doesn't search well, because unless the person that created the file tagged everything properly, it doesn't work. Anyways, it's you know, so that was kind of frustrating to find it. just because the channel doesn't support it. So anyways, so that's something that made it a little bit frustrating, but literally, like, I just dug through, finally found something that had two swords and went with it. And all right, we're gonna clip off the pommel of the dagger that he is no longer holding. Mr. Baker has been to London and it's overrated. For someone who had never been there and just did the touristy stuff, it was nice. We enjoyed going. Let's see here.
Use the microwave.
And for the record, Peanut Gallery is going to use the microwave. Let's see here. But yeah, Hero Forge is the one where you can make your own miniatures. Like, I've read some stuff that, like, it's like, their license terms are like really sketchy. And I don't like it, so I don't use them. Like some people have looked at it and been like, yeah, exactly. Sean, blame Logan. He brought up that I've been to England. Anyways, but yeah, Hero Forge, like, people have looked at it and, like, the license terms, like, anything that you create becomes their copyright. You know, so, like, how exactly that transfers over, you know, like, what are they necessarily going to claim? It's not worth it. I've been to England. And Mr. Baker, I mean, as far as the shine wearing off pretty quickly, I think that's true, like, of most any big city. You know, but the thing is, like, we didn't just stay in, I'm not gonna say England. Bear.
Go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Do they speak Englandian over there?
Yes, Kimberly, they speak Englandian in England.
Okay.
My wife, everybody. She's outside tending the chickens, Bear. So I can't pass that message on yet, but she will later. Yeah, From the Hillt, you're not wrong. Like, but again, there are the parts of LA. Well, in LA, it's more like the metro area. But I mean, the first time that you go, there's always some level of excitement and wonder about going to a new place. And I did, Mike Percival. I dipped it, got most of the paint off of it. And yes, I'm one of those weirdos who puts the paintbrush in their mouth to put a tip back on it. Just the tip, though.
That's how you get radiation poisoning. If you make clocks in the turn of the century.
I also have my handful of cough drops to get through all of this.
You need some more?
No.
Do you need any drinkies or anything?
Actually, a refill on my Sprite would be great, dear.
I'm hungry, so I'm making myself some lunch finally. Even though it's getting closer to dinner time.
Thank you. All right. Look, the paints are non-toxic.
You're not making any more babies, so it doesn't matter.
And on top of that, I have never once drank the paint water. So I think the little bit of paint that I ingest by licking the brush, I think is fine.
Until you die.
Thank you, dear. I did not eat paste as a child.
You sure?
No. Yeah, O'Neill, there's whatever it is. Kim is still getting over whatever she gave to me.
I didn't.
Like she started 3 weeks ago. She got a virus. Then it seemed to get better. Then she got another something, and it seemed to get better.
No, we went to a sinus infection.
And then it got worse. So she went to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh yeah, now you've got a bacterial infection." And then that's when I started getting sick. So I went to the doctor, and I'm like, she told me to come see you just in case. He's like, yeah, you're still at a quote unquote viral stage. So, From the Hildt says it's pretty nasty. The body aches are getting, or yeah, exact. That was literally like the worst. Saturday and Sunday, I was just a mess. Did not enjoy it at all. All right. You heard it. Brian is going viral. I don't believe it's the Rona. But I also didn't get tested. I'm not too worried about it. Like I didn't go to church yesterday. Because I'm still dealing with it. I actually haven't been to church. By next Sunday, I will not have been to church for effectively a month. I went the first Sunday of the year, and then I was working overtime, and so I slept through it. And then I got sick, and so I slept through it. Anyhow. Malachi, I don't look at it that way. I mean, I'll let the big guy decide in the end. If you stay home when you're sick, Satan wins. Exactly. How dare you not go and infect the rest of the congregation? Exactly, Mundo. I do strive to attend all of my church meetings. It is one of those where you definitely feel it after a while, though. But anyhow, that's how that's all been going. But otherwise, it's been like I don't want to complain. It's kind of my like I've got a lot of good going on. Today was a lot of not as good, but it'll be good for Bear. By the way, folks, the 4-Color Cafe is going to continue happening. My Star Trek RPG is going to continue happening. However, it will no longer be streamed for audience viewing and or participation. So that's annoying. I'm struggling to not be greedy. I understand why. I just don't like it. So, yeah, Malachi, so this week I know is busy because we're gonna have a couple guys on from Modiphius to talk about Star Trek. Which is also frustrating. Because it was supposed to be topical and related to all of the Star Trek games that Bears got going. Grrr. Anyhow, it'll still be a good show. But yeah, and Malachi, if you're not in the panelists channel, just tell Bear to add you. You are absolutely welcome. It's coming together okay. But I have been working on the I'm going to do pre-generated characters for my game of Ninjas and Super Spies. So I'm working on those. It was actually kind of fun. I hand wrote a character sheet for Ninjas and Super Spies yesterday. It was just looking at the character sheet, but it was also good just to go through and kind of decide, like, because it's a character sheet, so they're trying to fill out the whole piece of paper. But so I kind of used it as an exercise to figure out, all right, what is supposed to be on the character sheet, what is important, and it was actually a nice little character sheet. So oh, and Mr. Baker, yes, I did see it earlier, but you're right. It was literally one of the best things on TV. Lots of people watched it and enjoyed it. So yet another reason that I am grumpy about the situation. I did not see that about Troll Lord. I was asleep. Hadn't Troll Lord already been working with the Gygax estate? least it was my understanding that they were. But I mean, as long as they're faithful and you know, yeah, faithful to like the legacy and to his products, and more about making sure that his products are accessible to the public, as opposed to their vision of what they should have been, then that's fine. Which, I mean, from my understanding of Troll Lord games, is what they will do, but obviously the proof is in the pudding, as it were. Oh, I didn't realize that Gygax worked for Troll Lord, so that's actually cool. So that's the funny thing. Like I totally respect Gary Gygax for what he did. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit more in the Arneson camp. Mostly because of Secrets of Blackmoor. Like I don't buy any of the things that are said about Gygax, as far as like, oh, he's a mean dude, kind of stuff. I don't buy any of that. Especially from people that want to, monetize themselves off of what he created. If you've got a problem with that, then just shut up about it. Like it's like all the people that want to, like talk crap about, well, admittedly, not entirely unjustified about like H.P. Lovecraft, but then they want, it's like, oh, H.P. Lovecraft was horrible. But by the way, we're going to make all of this stuff based on the things that he created. Really, folks? So like all the people that want to complain about role-playing games or things that Gygax created, but all while in the service of selling the things that they created that are derivative off of that. And it's just like, go away. I don't care to listen to you. Man, I am talking about too many just depressing things today. All right. No, exactly. It's hard not to respect them. My main quote unquote issue with Gary or D&D or Blackmore or whatever isn't so much that I dislike the person. It's just that I didn't grow up with it. I didn't play D&D in high school. I didn't play, like, Robotech was my first role-playing game. I got it for my birthday in 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember. Like, I was so obsessed with it. Like, I was so obsessed with Robotech. Like, a kid in junior high, like I'd gotten it, and he's like, oh yeah, I have a Dragon magazine that has stuff for it. I'm like, oh, cool. And I was just excited to borrow the Dragon magazine and see the ad for Palladium. But even then, I still didn't get to play. Nobody wanted Brian to come play. Oh my gosh, I just keep going into depressing stage. I'm sorry, folks. So but yeah, exactly, Mr. Baker. I appreciate it for what it is. I appreciate the people that helped create it for what they did for the community and the hobby as a whole. And so as long as the people that are doing stuff with their properties do so because they want to respect and honor that history. I've got respect for those people trying to keep that stuff alive. Like I say it quite frequently. Griff from Secrets of Blackmore, you can tell that he loves Arneson. And his side of the contribution to the hobby. But he also never talks down about Gygax. So anyhow, yeah, no, Mage, you are not wrong. My issue is the people that want to inject the politics into it. Politics or drama or whatever. Man, these buckles are being a pain. Yes, Malachi, I do follow Griff. That's how I first found out about him. And yeah, I think he's super passionate about the hobby. He's just a super nice guy in general. So and Chris, you're right. Exactly. We're all contributing to this in our own ways. So yeah, I just like Griff anyways. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, Malachi. I usually just see him talk positively about Arneson and making sure that Arneson isn't forgotten, as opposed to speaking negatively about Gygax. Because also there are legitimate, or at least in my understanding, there are legitimate criticisms of Gygax and how he conducted business. But those are very different things from the game design itself. So anyhow, I'm not trying to start an Arnis and Gygax fight. Yeah, exactly, Curtis. The Dave Wilson, I think it is. It's actually kind of crazy if you watch Secrets of Blackmore. It ends up being more about the story of it's supposed to be like a documentary about Dave Arneson, but it actually ends up being more of a story about this Dave Wilson character, or whatever his name is. I'm blanking on the name right now. And and like a lot of his contributions that get overlooked. But it's fine. I really, really like the documentary. It's kind of the key factor there. Oh my gosh, Chris, why did we pick a miniature with so many buckles and tiny, tiny details? But yeah, Curtis, the funny thing is, the D&D that I am most familiar with is 3rd edition. And probably also 5th, because my understanding 5th is more a revision of 3rd, but even then, you know, I haven't played a lot of 5th. Hey, Coco B. Right, exactly. Like there's, 2 buckles on each thigh. There's 3 on each calf. Luckily, there's none on the wrist, but then there's a couple, across the chest. He's got this leather piece going across his chest, which I'm guessing is for like holding his sword. It's for more buckles. I have a feeling this is going to be like a lot of my miniatures, because like right now he's kind of frustrating me. Just the colors all seem to kind of be blending into each other. But I have a suspicion once I give him a wash, it'll all just pop. All right, so let's start on the cloak. Got Templar blue. Where's the blue that I normally like? Oh, Oceanic blue would be nice. Glenn, the miniature is in the description. It's on My Mini Factory. And so it'll just take you to directly who it's made by. There it is. All right. Christopher, which blue do you want? I use this one a lot, but one of these might be more what you're looking for. So you're in chat, and part of the reason that so this one, Azul Oscuro, or dark blue, as it were. Desert sky, Templar blue, oceanic blue, and dark blue. Yeah, okay. Making sure to set all of my paints out so that I can remember which colors I used when I redo it. Yeah, this dark blue actually comes out really well. I've used it on quite a few miniatures. Glenn, I'm gonna have to say that is render candy, because there are so many fine details that just don't come out. But my my Elegoo Mars, that's the printer that I got. It comes up with some great detail, and I don't even have like a super high detail printer. Like I don't even think mine is 4K. Which it might be 4K. But this guy still came out really well. Like I've been happy with all of the prints that I've done. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Finally getting some color out. I'm also going to try something. I'll show you when I do it. But I'm going to try something on the cloak to kind of bring out some extra detail. Yeah, there are definitely, like Malachi, you are not wrong. There are definitely some better printers than I have. I'm just very happy with mine. It was a Black Friday special. It was basically $100. It was like 120 or something. I don't know. And for my needs and my purposes, it is fantastic. My friend who would do all of the 3D printing for me before that, he said it was a decent printer. So that's part of the reason that I went with it. I'm waiting to paint blue all down his legs. But render candy is fine too. I mean, I like, because that's one of the cool things about 3D printing is if you want to make something bigger, go for it. If you want to make something smaller, I did learn that you have to be careful if you're using pre-supported miniatures. Hungar, good morning, sir. I hope you are doing well. And that you are not in the hospital. Well, that's cool, O'Neill. Hungar just woke up from a great nap. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you are at home. I know you were saying the other day that you've got some more surgery scheduled, so do pray that that all goes well for you, sir. Everybody, put a thank you in chat to Hungar. Number one, for being Hungar and being awesome. And number two, because Hungar is literally responsible for this paint stream. I'd had like 3 members on the channel, and it was fine. I was content to wait for it to grow. And then he came in and he gifted, or he joined as a member, and then he gifted 6 more so that we could have 10. So that I could do this. So, like, there are many people in this community that are generous in many different ways. Some it's financial. Some it's just their time, their support. Some, like, I worry that even though my membership is only $2, I worry that it's maybe $2 that they shouldn't be spending. And I shouldn't, but I just worry. You know, I realize it's quote unquote none of my business, but I don't want anyone, like, I literally cannot stress enough. If it comes down to food or giving me $2, please go buy food. I don't even care if it's junk food. But I promise I will be fine. Okay, I realize that all I've done... That's kind of what I was That's kind of what I was thinking, Chris. Which is why I felt bad. Again, folks, I am grateful. It's how my brain works. Hey, Cody. Good morning, sir. Anyhow, regardless, folks, I gotta say, I am grateful for everyone here. I'm grateful for the friends that I've made doing all of this. And, you know, I haven't even printed the Hungar Mini yet, Malachi, because I'm a little bit of a disaster. I haven't really learned how to do supports yet. Like, you would think that it would be like super easy. But I just get like I need to call I need to call my friend who has done this way more than I have. And which he said that he would sit with me well, over the phone and teach me how to do supports. We just haven't done it. So Cura is good. Cura's good for filament printers. But most resin printers use Chitu box, and they are very different. And I know they can auto-generate supports, but you still have to actually like go through and look. Like it doesn't catch everything. Anyways, for Kura, I try to like do 99% of things without supports. Most filament printers have, or like most stuff that is designed for like printing on filament printers usually doesn't need supports. So we got Eli here, man. Like everybody's showing up. Just saw the Beachhead Mini. Makes me wish I still had my. Are you talking about the one that I painted, O'Neill? I really like the I really like the G.I. Joe miniatures that Renegade Games put out. In fact, I have a lot more that I need to paint. Like I have. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that you like that. I have to finish Mission Critical. I just got more expansions for Mission Critical. I've got Sergeant Slaughter. I've got sets that I haven't finished. Which minis from the Hildt? The G.I. Joe minis aren't. Well, okay. The RPG miniatures, yes, those are fairly expensive. But I mean, it's $50 for 12, so it's about $4 a miniature. It's not too bad. They're not the greatest for the RPG ones. The thing that frustrates me the most is that they did Mission Critical at one scale, and then the RPG at. But let me phrase that: they did Mission Critical at 2 scales, because like all the heroes and villains are like 40 millimeter figures. But then the Cobra Troopers and the Crimson Guard are like 32 millimeter, and then the RPG figures are like 28. So, like, I don't know. It was either a cash grab or something. I'm not sure, but like, scaling for the G.I. Joe minis is rude. No, it's Stalker, but it's classified Stalker. Like, it's a weird mix. Like, some are classified versions, some are cartoon/comic versions. Chris, the beard, I haven't decided yet. The hair's coming in okay. I think that looks fine. No. No, hold on, Malachi. Hey, Megaversal Dispatch. I just realized that I've not finished painting these miniatures either. Which I will show this off real quick. We've gotten a bunch of them done. Anyways, this is the miniature for Stalker. And I mean, he's got a big old mustache on him, but I mean, he's got the green beret like Stalker does. So anyhow, I don't know. No, that is not Flint. Flint is not in this set. But yeah, it's Stalker. Oh, Chill Gamer. Got it. Okay. On your brand new account, and for some reason, despite being set to my main account, YouTube has decided that I should chat thusly. Got it. Regardless. Good morning, sir. Yes, the Stalker miniature is gonna wreck your face. He is definitely super buff. All right, back to. Okay. Oh, I will warn you, Christopher, I am not painting this dude's eyes. Dr. Death, so the way that I do the giveaway, is like I'll announce it at the beginning of the month, and then I will, that way we've got time to find the miniature and schedule a time. Like I was supposed to paint this on Friday, but I was not doing well. So yes, I have not done the January drawing yet. But yeah, Hungar, I was the same thing. My parents gave me I got a lot of Wave 1 G.I. Joes. You know, like arms only went up and down. A lot of us loved G.I. Joe growing up, but I'm finding myself questioning whether or not Cobra is a true villain or the victim of government machinations. Oh no, they're a true villain. They're a true villain. Yeah, straight up true villain. But I think there is now Christopher will know more than me. But I think the G.I. Joe lore is on a lot more solid ground than we give 80s cartoons credit for. It's not working like I want. Spoken like a G.I. Joe propagandist. Oh, I don't like any of that. Okay. Yes, Cody, I will. Okay, first off, I die. So, in my world, Cobra Law does not exist at all. I think it was stupid. Like, any number of things. Okay, chill gamer, that is. My dad worked in injection molding for Hasbro, and I sometimes got the rejects, functional toys that didn't get the full amount of dye that they were supposed to. So, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I think I've seen the new Serpentor. I think you're talking about like the classified Serpentor. I don't remember, but yeah, dude, seriously, Glenn, as far as I am concerned, Cobra Law is like non-existent. Oh my gosh, I thought that was stupid. I thought it was stupid then. I think it's stupid now. Yes, I will die on that hill. Oh my gosh. I hated it so much. Even now, as an adult, I think it's even dumber. Like, don't get me wrong. They're fine action figures. Don't get me wrong. I just think the whole idea of Cobra Law was stupid, and I'm even willing to accept that I'm even willing to accept that like Serpentor is a thing. Yes, we're going to take DNA from 7 different sources and kind of mash it up and stick it into protoplasmic goo, and yes, we'll make a brand new person. So I'm even willing to accept Serpentor, but Cobra Law's gone too far. And Elfbait, you're not wrong. But I mean, but that's like anything. D&D. Oh yeah, and Cody, thank you. That was the point that I was actually trying to get to, is the opener for the movie was amazing and is so much more fun than the regular. I'm okay with the regular G.I. Joe entry, or intro music, but the movie intro music, especially where it gives, a little bit of time to Cobra. That is just mwah, yeah, great. Absolutely love it. But Eli, think about it. Yes, you're right that they keep pushing for new product, but so do all of our games. How many D&D modules do we actually need? Technically, technically all you need is the player's handbook, the monster manual, and the dungeon master's guide, and even then you're probably getting too much. But all of the new modules, it's the constant need. It's a business. You need the constant revenue source. So Malachi, we need expedition to barrier peaks, contrary to what Yield Geek may say. So yeah, no, right. Trust me, guys. I'm not saying we don't need that. I'm countering Eli's argument about properties being ruined because they're constantly pushing out new product. So, it is a business. You have to keep pushing stuff out there. That's the thing, though, is I think there was they went the more fantastical route as opposed to the more business or practical route, I would say. Maybe they were trying, that's the other thing, is I think G.I. Joe is always, in my opinion, just kind of, because it's a military toy, developed in the post Vietnam era. Yes, you had Larry Hama, who was a Vietnam vet. But even then, parents, aka whiny mothers, complaining about war properties, things like that. I think G.I. Joe just got kind of left where it was,
Yeah, because they were looking for ways to justify these military toys. Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, it's another version of the Satanic Panic. You know, is essentially the main, like they're not going to come after Transformers in the same way as G.I. Joe because it's weird robots. You know, but military stuff, you know, the kids can see and relate to. All right, I am trying this. I have a feeling this is gonna fail, but we're going to give him his thin beard. No, and you're right, Christopher, but the issue comes down in the people that don't want you to have fun and entertainment the way that you want. It's not that they can't change the channel. They just don't want the channel to be on. And that, I think, is the bigger problem. But it's also why I think that G.I. Joe has never been developed as well or received as well as something like Transformers. Anyways, okay, that actually didn't come out horrible. Chris, I'm absolutely going to send you pictures of this. Just to get your approval. Yeah, Dr. Death, you're not wrong. But I think that's also why you see a lot of kids these days more interested in anime as opposed to anything else. Because they're not I
I painted on the beard because that's what he's supposed to look like. So, you know, if you'll notice, he's got that kind of thin beard going on, which, I mean, at that scale, you know, I'm not entirely happy with it, but I think it might. I think it might work. Yes, Bluey is amazing though. Oh my gosh. Oh. There are now 2 episodes of Bluey that almost broke me. The AI that gave you the image was on the first try. So yeah, and Hungar, you're right. You know, people want to be, they want to determine everyone else's morality. You know, like, you all know that I'm Mormon. I have no qualms in talking about it. But my set of morality is my set. I'm happy to talk to you about it if you want. But I'm happy to be friends with all of you guys regardless. You know. Yeah, like it's like, Glenn, that's one thing that I always like to point out is, like, when somebody's like, oh, how can you support, you know, all right, Night Mage, Chris, if you're bouncing, have a good one. I'll send you pictures before we call it good. But they're like, how can you support XYZ politician? You know, they don't align with your standards. I'm like, I don't look to them to teach me my standards and whatnot, because I have church leaders for that. And at the end of the day, let's be, in my opinion, I have Jesus Christ to look to. I mean, you know, I don't need to worry about, you know, a politician. You know, that's a different set of, that's a different issue. Oh, here. Dr. Death is apparently near Nauvoo somewhere. Yes, Malachi, exactly. Oh, speaking of Mormonism and the Satanic Panic, did that hit you guys hard like it did in the South? So that was the weird thing. Like I knew about the Satanic Panic. Well, I didn't know about the naming until probably more recently. But going back to my comment earlier about how I never got invited to play. Okay, let me rephrase that. I got invited once in 8th grade and nothing ever happened with it, but that's a separate issue. But like my mom, I know, was a little bit concerned. But like the one time I had an opportunity to go play, she drove me over to the kid's house. I didn't have to sneak anywhere or whatever. So yeah, my mom wasn't opposed to it. She was concerned. You know, as I think any mother should be. But at least from what I am aware of, the satanic panic didn't really hit in my area. So yeah, did it happen? Maybe. Did it happen to me? Not really. But so the thing is, like I don't have any issues with a parent being concerned about something that their kid is going to get involved in. You know, that's just good parenting. And there are plenty of valid reasons to not want your kid involved in something, even something like role-playing games. I mean, I think they're fine. But, you know, okay, maybe there's not a whole lot of valid reasons, but I mean, there's a non-zero amount of valid reasons. Malachi says, my daughter is a Swiftie, but she likes Nirvana. I know other people said stuff similar, but I'm going to highlight this anyways because Cody makes me laugh. When I was a kid arguing with the youth pastor because he called D&D satanic, in the end, he just looked like an idiot in front of a 10-year-old. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know how old your daughter is, Malachi, but, you know, any girl age 25 and under that's not a Swiftie, I would actually be a little... Is everything okay? But at least she knows who Nirvana is and isn't just wearing the t-shirt. Right? So, anyhow, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's... people are too worried about what everybody else is doing, and yeah, like I kind of jokingly say that part of the reason that I live in Arizona and that I don't want to move to Utah. Oh, real quick, folks. So I'm taking Desert Sky Blue and I'm just hitting these ridge lines on the cloak. I've seen some painting videos where they do that. So I'm kind of trying to get that effect. Happy little cloak, exactly. O'Neill, force of habit, to be honest with you. So I was talking with Kim in regards to all of the drama that is coming upon my life. And like I get in ruts and I don't want to change them. It throws a lot of chaos in my life, and I don't like it. I'm barely functional at best. So part of it is
All right. Hey, Chris, thank you so much, sir. And thanks for being here and thanks for being you. So I'll send you some pictures here in a little bit. Clearly you're worried. Mostly it's just finishing up details anyways. Where did that needle go? So yeah, that's how I still do the night shift. I mean, I sleep like crap anyways, so might as well stay up and sleep like crap during the day. Yeah, Dr. Death, you're not the only one. A lot of people, like, we had a guy that was on the night shift and was told that he was being hired for the night shift. And he's like, okay. And then he gets on it and just like immediately starts begging to get off of it. It's like, why did you take the job? You knew what shift it was for. You know, because now they've got to find someone else who's willing to do the night shift. Like, I jokingly say that that's one reason that I've got some decent job security is because of the fact that I don't want to get off of it. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Health is absolutely a good reason. And I know, like, that's one of the best parts is I know that if I went to my boss and said, I need to get off the night shift, he would bend over backwards to do it for me. Yeah, exactly, Chill Gamer. Exactly. I mean, I think he gave it like a month or two, but somebody told him, "Oh yeah, no, just get the job," and then like a month or so into it, you know, you can ask to get off of the night shift, and it's like, there's 4 of us total that work the night shift. And it is literally scheduled such that, you know, we'll have at least 2 of us at a time for the night shift. And yeah, so it's like there's not a ton of flexibility. We can't just yank somebody off and call it good. No, we need to find someone else to take the night shift. Anyhow, that's why, like, for me, it also works out because, you know, hey, good to see you, Cody. I saw your message. We'll talk. But yes, enjoy time with Raven. Anyways, so yeah, it's annoying to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, dude, chill gamer. That is exactly it. Like there's a lot more people on the other shifts. But yeah, I am 1,000% behind you on that. Yeah, O'Neill, no, dude, trust me. I am, do not get me wrong. I am number one, everybody's got their own situation. If you don't have to do nights, sure. Don't worry about it. For me, like there's just a lot of things that it goes back to like what I was saying earlier, where I just get in my ruts and I don't like changing them. So like my job is not physically demanding. Like if I could get away, dude, if I could get away with streaming while working, I would absolutely do it. You all would see me way more often in the middle of the night if I could get away with it. But I don't want to. I don't want to risk annoying management type folks. Because that's the thing. I get tons of vacation. When I took off in September to go to England, I took off the month of September, and all my boss said was, dude, have a great time. So, like, I've got a lot of positives that I'm really not going to complain about. And as such, you know, it's yeah, exactly. I'd have to like, blank everything, take a call and then come back, and that would just that is not acceptable in my head. All right. So we've gone 2 hours and 10 minutes, actually. Technically, like, not even a full 2 hours of painting. So what I'm going to do, I'm letting the necrotic flesh that I put on that little skull on the base, I'm going to let that kind of dry. And then I'm going to hit everything but the armor with some strong tone.
Do I want to do? Yeah, we're gonna do strong tone. Maybe a little bit of dark tone. 7 p.m. tonight? No, Dr. Death. So Sojourner unfortunately is no longer going to be live streamed. We are still playing, but Bear, for his mental health, is not going to stream anymore. So yeah. No more doing that. The cafe is scheduled for Wednesday. I'm going to take over. I'm going to take over as Cody and I are taking over running the cafe. Bear may still show up from time to time, but he's not going to be an active participant anymore. I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream today. And I'm still pissed about it. Spare didn't deserve it. The kindness that he has shown me, the kindness that he shows pretty much everyone, that would show up, and he just keeps getting dumped on, and it's not right. Hey, Nerd's Nerd. Not just a single someone, but a few someones, Mac. Apparently that person has been deleting some streams, or one of the someones. Anyways, but it is negatively affecting. I'll put it this way. I would rather have a mentally healthy Bear than no Bear at all. So while I don't like his decision, it's not mine to make. And you know, he's said that he'll appear on other people's live streams, but he's
not doing it anymore. He doesn't want to stream the games anymore. So we're still going to run them. Or let me phrase that. He's going to run them. But he's not. He's not going to stream them or allow them to be streamed. Moving forward. Which just pisses me off. I realize that my definition of success and my metrics for success are not those of other people. But I liked what we had. And anyhow. I don't know exactly, Mac. We were supposed to do the next episode of Sojourner this week. But Bear's going to take some time. So we'll see. I don't know. Dr. Death, I'm going to miss... Well, so again, my channel's not going anywhere. The Four Color Cafe is not going anywhere. I'm not going to take the Sojourner streams down from my channel. Because I like them. Maybe I'll just start doing more like recaps. You know, I'll just do my own personal recap. You know, more engineer logs. Because I have fun doing those. Yeah, no, and I guys, I totally get it. Everybody's doing something a little different. Eesh. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can get this. Let's turn off autofocus. I'm working on it, Malachi. This is I just wanted to try and give This is the older webcam. Anyhow. Well, I turned off autofocus. So Malachi, I actually hate doing highlights, but that's kind of what I did on the cloak. I did put that lighter blue on the top, and knowing that I was going to wash it so it had some darker colors down in those grooves.
Anyhow, so O'Neill, the Four Color Cafe is still going to be going on. Cody and I are going to run it. And I think it'll be more. I think it'll still kind of be like me kind of like driving and we're co-piloting. And I hate doing this. It was very easy when I could just say Bear, yep, it's Bear's show. But Bear is insisting that we take it. And the only ship guaranteed to sink is a partnership. So there's that to keep in mind. But yeah, Mac, the Four Color Cafe, that was the Wednesday night show that we would do with Bear. And we'd have guests, or we'd just talk about a role-playing topic or whatever. So that is going to continue. We've been doing it almost a year now, and Cody and I are both absolutely in favor of it continuing. Like I said, I get in my habits and I don't like breaking them. So like the days that I haven't gotten to be on the cafe, it was weird. Because it has become part of my routine. So, all right. So at this point, it has been almost 2.5 hours. The miniature is mostly done, but I've got to wash on it, and I've got to do some more details once the wash dries. That usually takes a little bit longer. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to stop it here. To anybody that joined the stream today or joined the channel as members today, thank you so very much. To the super chats that we've got. We've also, thank you so much for that. Yeah, well, no, Malachi, I actually just you, me, and I think, and From the Hildt. I want to do just a G.I. Joe stream regardless. I've been thinking about it especially with the RPG and with like my ideas for the not G.I. Joe role-playing game that Ninjas and Super Spies that I want to run. I think we could have just like a fun G.I. Joe conversation. But yes, we're definitely going to do that. So Wednesday, Four Color Cafe, we're talking to two of the designers of the Robotech, or not the Robotech, the Star Trek RPG. I'm still not 100%, so I'm not sure if I will get videos out this week, but I will try. Don't forget this miniature. This is going to go to From the Hildt, because this is a member giveaway. So if you choose to join the channel as a member, at the beginning of the month, I will draw a name from the channel members, and they can pick a roughly human-sized miniature, and I will paint it for them live on stream and then send it to them. So I'll go over the rules again in the next video that I put out. But yeah, we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for keeping me company. I had a wonderful time. And Malachi, we'll talk off channel. Human size in scale. Not like an actual 6 foot tall miniature or statue or whatever. Basically something that will fit on a 25 to 32 millimeter base, roughly. So, dork. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you.